So it's time to do the first blade change on this 6-inch bandsaw. I've had it a couple of months and used it a reasonable amount. Happy so far. Was cutting a piece of 28mm round bar solid stock yesterday and the motor kept running, but suddenly the blade stopped. So I thought it was initially a belt slipping, but once it stopped the motor, I could see that all tension was gone off the blade. The blade size for this machine is 64.5 by half an inch, or 1638mm by 13mm wide. I'm using a 14 TPI tooth per inch size, which is a fairly good size just for general purpose work. To remove the old blade, we simply loosen this screw on the side and we open up the door. Be careful that the blade doesn't spring out. And we can now pull the blade out. To insert the new blade, we'll need to first remove the top and bottom covers. Next, we need to back off the tension adjuster on the top wheel. So we're going to bring this down to the bottom of its travel, where it's just engaging, and also make sure and clean off all debris off both wheels, and it's a good chance to clean up your rollers as well. We need to fit the new blade with the teeth pointing downwards between the rollers. We're going to start by fitting it between the rollers and then aligning the blade around the bottom wheel and then around the top wheel. Then we can make sure it's seated against the back of the wheels and onto the rollers, and then we can start putting a bit of tension on the blade. Next, we're going to close the safety cover and run it just for a few seconds to make sure it's fully seated on the wheels. And then to finish, we can set our tension to the correct level. In the book for this, the specs are approximately 700 kilograms of force, but you need a special gauge to measure the blade tension. So you should know kind of by what it originally was, the tension. So go reasonably tight on it. As tight as you can comfortably go by hand, I would say. You'll also know by the sound of it after changing it a few times if you've listened to it previously. So we have our top and bottom guard back on, and I've put a bit of oil on the moving parts. So we can close our lid and we are ready to go back cutting.